Hey everybody, today the plan is simple. We're gonna answer the question, are castable sonars worth it? And do you need one? There we go. Oh, found some fish. Oh, got one. Ooh. So this is the Deeper Pro Plus. It is a castable sonar. I actually got this thing a few years ago as a birthday present. I mainly use it as a fish finder on my kayak right now. But before I got my kayak, I used this thing quite a bit to find fish from the bank, basically. It is pretty heavy, as you can tell. This is my heavy rod. I essentially use this for flipping and pitching, or I use this for frog fishing. And you can tell, this sucker is heavy. Now, the thing to keep in mind with these castable sonars is they aren't exactly cheap. So figuring out if you want one or need one is kind of important before you decide to spring. For example, this Deeper is one of the more expensive models. The Deeper Pro Plus is probably like their mid-tier Deeper. Garmin also makes some. I know there's also iBobber who also makes some. But essentially, you're gonna put in at least $100 to $300 in a castable sonar. Now, the beauty of this one, and which is why I wanted this one, is because it does come with attachments, so you can easily put it on a boat or on a kayak. So all you basically have to do is you have to get this thing wet to activate it, and it turns on. Hit connect, hit join, and it's going to start connecting to it via its hotspot. And it'll give you options. Do you want to select onshore, boat, ice fishing, or bait boat? We're going to do onshore because that's where we are. What I like to do is I cast it out past where I want to fish, because this thing is going to splash real hard. And then I'm going to reel it in over where I think the fish are. There we go. So like I said, right there says it's sitting in about 5 feet of water. And all I do is start reeling it in. Now you can tell from my settings that there are some fish marks right there. Look, there's one. It just marked one, sitting at 4 feet. And the fish seem to be towards the bottom, so that could be anything. That lets me know that there are fish out there. Now it's sitting at about 8 feet of water, just a little less than 8 feet of water. So we're gonna start reeling it in slowly again. We're gonna see if we can find a fish. I know we saw some fish over that way. We're gonna pick up the pace a little bit. And if we see a few fish marks, we might cast out there, see what happens. Oh, there's something. There we go. All right, where it's at. So we're gonna put this down. And we're gonna cast towards it. It says it's near the bottom. So we're gonna grab the old trusty ultralight. And we're gonna cast past it and see if we can get a fish, and try not to snag the line that's out there. Nothing that time. We're gonna cast back out there again. We'll do one more cast. It is a cone, so you don't necessarily need to cast like right underneath it. It does set out a cone just like a traditional sonar. We're gonna let that sink. We're gonna give it like 5 seconds. 5, 6, okay. Now we're gonna start reeling it in. They might not want to eat this. Ooh. That almost felt like a bite. Oh, got one. One came in. There we go. Solid. Look at that guy. Oh, he's tangled up in the other line. Hold on a minute. Hold on. See, that's the only downside to leaving your castable sonar out there. But I wanted to leave it out there so you guys can see where I'm trying to cast at. But there we go. We found where the fish were, we casted at it, and we had one follow it in. So we're gonna get this guy loose and put him back in the water. It's a nice, pretty little bluegill. Look at those colors on it. Let's put him back in this water and let him go home. There he goes. Beautiful. Now, as you can tell, Buddy-o there has drifted. But the cool thing about this is I can actually go back and see where there are more fish, and it looks like there's quite a bit of fish where it's at, where it was. So basically all along here where it drifted from there to there are fish. Right now there's nothing. So we're gonna try casting right around where it was and try not to get ourselves tangled in this line again, which we're doing right now. All right, like I mentioned before, it marked fish from over there to where it's sitting now, right on the other side of this bush. So we're gonna do that. We'll let it sink a little bit. They seem to be a little bit more towards the bottom, so we're gonna let it sink and then we're gonna start reeling it in. Got another one. Yes, yes. That's a big bluegill. Here we go. Got me tangled in the line again, but that's all right. Worth it for this big mama jama. Look at this thing. Beautiful. This is a big bluegill. Look at this big old guy. Beautiful, huge bluegill. They're up shallow and they're right on that line, right where the deeper found them. We're gonna grab him. We're gonna let him go back in the water so he can be with the rest of his buddies. Whoa! Right out there. Like I said, right near that line. This is right around where the finder passed up. Got one. Oh! Oh, I thought I had a stick, but I actually do have a fish. Nice. Oh gosh, don't take me into that tree. No, don't do that. I need to adjust my drag a little bit. Beautiful, another bluegill. So all those fish we were marking were bluegill. Nice. Whoa, 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 feisty guy. Calm down, buddy. We're gonna let you loose if you calm down. I mean, we're gonna let you loose regardless, but it'll happen faster if you calm down. Here's this guy. Beauty of a bluegill. Just great colors. We're gonna put him back in here. Watch him go. Oh, yes. That's so good. All right. We're gonna give that spot a rest now. We are going to cast a little bit more that way. See what we can see that way. See if we can mark some fish. So now I want to cast it more that way and pull it back this way and see what we can find. Oh gosh, that was not the direction, but we'll take it. All right, let's see what we got. We are in 6 feet of water. Now the problem is, I don't think I'll be able to cast that far out anyways with the rig I have right now. Oh, found some fish right over there, down towards the bottom. I have the fish markers on so that it's easier for you. Normally I don't. Normally I just go off those yellow lines. So a little bit past it, there's a big fish. I'm gonna try and cast out there and see if I can catch it. Now I am ultralight fishing, full disclosure, so any fish that we catch is probably gonna be a bluegill or a largemouth bass, but that's just the way I like to fish. All right, we're gonna do one more toss back there. I really want to catch this wind is blowing me everywhere. That's the only downside. Okay, there we go. Could also be a catfish, could be a carp. I've seen carp here. So whatever that is, whatever that was laying down towards the bottom, could be a carp. And I don't know if a carp is gonna hit this kind of setup. Nothing following it in that time. All right, we're gonna recast and we're gonna try and cast it where I wanted to, which was in this area right here. It looks like it's too shallow or too deep. That means that's less than 2 feet of water. I did not know it was that shallow there. Watch, we're gonna switch to narrow beam. How deep? Okay, no, it's less than 4 feet, so it's 3 feet deep. Are we marking any fish? You know what? The reason why I like this one is because we can go, instead of going raw, we can go basic and get a little bit more data. You're gonna lose a lot of the color, but you'll be able to see if fish are out there. And you're learning about the depths, like the fact that there's like some little pocket in there, some piece of structure where it gets a little deep for some reason, as you can see. I'm gonna do another cast out there. There we go. Now, just like with any traditional sonar, you're probably not gonna be scanning every single fish out there. We're at 3.5 feet right now. Let's see if we can find that pocket again. I bet you, because there's a little dip of structure in there, it seemed to be right here, right where in front of my rod tip is. I bet there are some fish just hanging around there because it's different structure. It's like right in this area. I marked it on the sonar. We didn't mark any fish, but there's probably something out there. We're gonna try and run it right over it. Now I know based off of my experience that there are tons of snags out there, so I also want to be careful for that. There we go. That's the cast right there. I'll swim a little faster this time. Ooh. Bluegill or bass? Bluegill or bass? It's a bluegill. It's a tank of a bluegill. Look at this bad boy. All right, we don't want to have him too high up on my line. Ugh. Yes, another big bluegill hanging out over there. Like I said, there's a lot of structure over there that was getting marked on the deeper. So I figured they gotta be setting up over there. And look at this big guy, big chunker. Let's get him free. One less look at the guy. Nice big chunk. What a beauty. My goodness, you are so beautiful. The bite has seemed to die down. Oh, right when I said that. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Another one of these big honking bluegills. Not as big as the other ones, but still a solid guy. Alrighty, check this guy out. Nice and big. We're gonna go ahead and put him back in the water. What a beauty. Bye. Got one. Oh, we got a bass on that one. Nice little dinky bass. There we go. He's gonna get angry as soon as I do this. Watch, watch. Oh, ow, he hit me with the blade. Ow, that really hurt. And he stretched out the tail. There we go. There we go. We're gonna put him in here. Nice one, beautiful. We're gonna let him go now. Off he goes. So to answer the question, is this worth it? It depends on how you're gonna use it. When I was stuck on the bank, I used it a lot to get more information on the water. In fact, the first bass I ever caught, I don't think I would have caught it without this, because I was fishing shallow when the water was really deep, and until I threw this out there, I had no idea how deep it was. It was like 20 something feet deep. So the value is there, and now I use it as my standard fish finder. But if you don't really care about like learning your waters like that, you just want to go out and fish, I don't think you need one. It's definitely a nice to have. It's definitely valuable, but ultimately it's up to you. Hopefully this video has helped you. If it did, feel free to subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one.